It's time for me to open some more Severing Wind. I'm sorry, some more Echoes of the New World packs, but really to open some more Severing Winds. I've been building a little cube of Lapis Cluster, which I think eventually will get expanded backwards to all the sets for the first 3 clusters. Got me 50 packs, and these are the first 17. And so let's see what I pull. Let me zoom in a little. Looking for a few cards that I really like, but mostly just a large selection of cards with which to build some decks. And I would like to pull a few rulers, but I already have the light, dark, and Yggdrasil rulers. So it's going to be the whole, there's going to be a Will of Hope deck, there's going to be a Will of Despair deck, maybe multiple ones. We'll see how it goes. But I'm really having fun building my own decks instead of just looking up net decking competitive decks like I did for Alice Cluster last year. I haven't shown those decks because I really don't understand them. I didn't build them myself, and so this cycle I didn't even bother net decking a set of decks that I could just go and get singles or pick a few cards from pull a few cards from packs. Instead, I'm building my own, which is what I should be doing, and I want to do it. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Big swiftness dude. And there's one of those beautiful special stones in this set. I'm going to keep the packs in a neat, I'm going to keep the packs by themselves and put them in 3x3 sleeves for now, just to look at them, getting deck ideas. And what I've noticed so far, and I think this is true for a lot of Force of Will, there are lots of decks that are basically make themselves from within the set. So I'm probably going to make, I think most of the decks are going to be, at least after this pack crack, after the 50 packs are cracked, are going to be, oh good, I'm going to keep a count of a couple of cards. This one's one of them, it's totally broken, and I think it's still banned, and I love it. So yeah, I'm going to put it aside. I think I'm going to build within set decks, but then at some point I think I'm going to go back and look at all the rulers that I have. This is a really nice pull, nice pack actually, and then make decks with all of the Lapis packs that I've cracked for this particular exercise, which is really, I think it was 60 Curse of the Frozen Casket. I think I ended up cracking what, 14 Return of the Dragon Emperor, and I forget how many of Legacy Lost. But I had a whole bunch of cards from the gigantic Return of the Dragon Emperor crack pack from last year. Did some Legacy Lost, and now I'm doing Echoes. Haven't built to white, black, and white, red because those were the 2 rulers that I didn't pull. But I may end up doing that. I may actually end up getting me some singles just because I can. I mean, the singles are fairly affordable for Force of Will, even though I hear there's a little bit of an uptick in popularity now that New Valhalla Cluster has begun. Alright. Of course, I used a lot of Echoes packs for my testing early on this year when I got my new equipment. So I've already made pack rack videos with this set. Another one of those special stones. And a nice full art. Wonderful. The MJ Holdings packs are beginning to be sold off on YouTube. I may buy a few of those too, just because I really love Regalia. So I think I'm gonna do a lapis cluster. An Alice cluster thing, just like I'm just completing now a lapis cluster. I don't know, I call it a mega deck build. And that would help me understand the decks that I've already reconstructed, that I have in a little fat pack box. Actually, it's an Ancient Knights booster box, which I love. I love those little boxes. I wish they'd use them more. Oh, here's another Sylvia. Nice. That's the second one. Oh, great. My first one. Yeah, I want to set that aside. First Severing wins, friends. We're doing great. I could deal with having just one, and then I'll put it in specific decks that I build. But I'd rather have more, of course. I mean, it's a great card. I think it'll always be a great card, in my opinion. If you follow Magic, which is very similar to this game, what happened to the card Force of Will in Magic is, in the Eternal formats, a playset of the card Force of Will from Alliances is de rigueur, as the French would say, or just required. It's just a required thing. And so I think having a hand trap, which is what Severing Winds is always really good in a trading card game. I mean, right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going through the era of hand traps. They haven't been banned yet. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Does a lot of banning to sell new sets. But right now, you look at a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck, and you got a couple of play sets of hand traps. That is, cards that you've got in your hand, and your opponent does something, and you don't have to cast them. You don't have to do anything for them. You just, hey, stop. So, and you got to do something. You always have to do something. For Force of Will, I think you have to discard one blue card. So, Force of Will, the card, not this specific trading card game. Yeah, so we've scored one already. That's really nice. I want to build a nice cluster-wide elf deck at some point in this mega build. Not sure if there are enough elves, but minus the elves structure, whatever you call it, starter deck, which is now a very expensive item to get. Luckily, I bought one back when they were still affordable. I may also go for the New Valhalla cluster starters, just because I want to have those rulers. I think that was a very good thing they did. That is a smart move. Yes, you now cannot crack rulers out of New Valhalla cluster packs, but you just buy a starter deck and you have your ruler and you're done. Then yes, the runes are the ones that modify, enhance that specific ruler. I love this artwork. And I think that's pretty good. I think that's going to play out really well. It looks like it's going to be successful, and if it is, that's going to help the game. Because there was a lot of complaining about how rulers came out of packs, at what frequency they came out of packs. And the complaints were merited. I mean, they made sense. Yeah. I think what could help Force of Will is to have this is a nice card, Final Battle. Have more of a cross-set, cross-cluster synergy thing. And of course, Wanderer looks like it's pretty dead, which is the reason why I'm able to buy these packs for next to nothing. And I'm not complaining about that for sure, because then that allows me to have a larger collection. But it'd be really nice if Wanderer was a thing, and I don't believe it is. We'll see how far I get with these pack cracks and deck builds. I may end up just building Wanderer decks with the first 3 clusters and see what happens. Love this artwork. Gotta be my favorite regular Magic Stone in the whole game, as far as artwork is concerned. And I'll do a recap at the end. Sometimes I don't do recaps, and I get comments about that. Hey, what happened to the recap? Oh, here's another one. It's great. Another Cheshire Cat's assistant. Thank you. Another one of my favorite stones. It's very similar pack to the last one. Yeah, another Malfi, that's nice. Oh man, nice. Look at that. I want that. My second Severin Winds of this pack crack. Fantastic. Doing great already. I mean, 2, that's, I consider that good enough for 50 packs. And I haven't even gotten started. Love the artwork on this card. Very pretty, very soothing. Yep. Beautiful artwork, as always. Okay, so I'm down to the last 3 packs for this 17 pack thingy. The sets are small, and so when you deck build, it's not like Magic where you can find cheap flyers often. You can find cheap effects that you want. I'm finding out as I build more. I want to keep account with this card. This is a card worth highlighting. There we go. And then yeah, so number 3, that's nice. Number 3 of this guy. Of course, this is a common, so I'm going to put a whole bunch of them in 50 packs. But yeah, when I've deck built, like if I'll put a Gale Force on one of the dual decks, then I want the other deck of the dual. Oh, this is another one of the cards that I wanted to highlight. Very nice. Just because I like the artwork. You want to have some countering. You know, you want to have, if one deck has Gale Forces that kill flying resonators, you want the other deck to also to have flyers. And but I really couldn't find enough flyers, so I actually took Gale Force out of one of the dual decks that I'll feature when I have time in my channel. And so that's something that I find that's limiting in small sets. I mean, oh, here's another one. That's great. When you have 400 cards to a cluster, as you do in Lapis, that's almost the equivalent of a single large magic set, which would have 250. Two large magic sets, which will have 500. So that's somewhat limiting. Okay, so we're done with the pack cracks, and I'm going to do a little recap. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to have time, so I'm just going to leave it there.